just want to record. I'm like, no, dude,
Yeah.
you want to do a million shows sort of thing.
Yeah.
Then that song.
Yeah.
Oh, but in saying that, it's not the way popular bands do it anymore. They'll go into the studio, write these hits with help, you know, and then they'll rock out those songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But local bands, I'm sure, if you rush into the studio, you'll play it, and then you'll be playing this thing that changes in 6 months.
Oh, it does.
Add new guitarists like you've got.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. I think
you find new fills in your.
Oh, you do. I mean, it's so funny that you're even saying that right now, because I was only thinking about this. We've got a song called "Guilty," which is on the same thing. It's on the disc there, and the way I was only really probably analysing the way that I am playing that now. And, you know, I'm listening to the recorded version. I'm looking at this kick drum thing that I was doing. I'm thinking, you know what, I'm not even doing that anymore. You know, I mean, I like the way we're playing it now live, you know, but I'm sitting there thinking, wow, it's amazing. And you don't even realise it's just evolved into something it's the same song, obviously, but, you know, we're all probably doing things just a little bit different because we probably think it sounds better. So,
can you buy your music online?
You can not online yet. It's something that we want to get these songs and that on iTunes and things like that at some point. You can go onto Reverb Nation and download the songs. And obviously the CD, we've only been selling for $5. I think we've given away more than we've sold, though, you know, deliberately just to get music out there. Yeah. You know, yeah, that's sort of where it's at currently.
I hope you do, man. There's something next level about buying.
There is,
particularly on iTunes that now, because I've been doing all these podcast shows with guys like yourself.
Sure.
Often later on tonight or something, I'll be editing this show and I'll go and try to find your band. And the first place I go to is where I get all this cover band music that we have to learn.
Sure.
Straight to iTunes, gladly pay $3.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And so it really bums me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm sure in a normal punter in the street, again, going back to your mate's girlfriend.
Sure.
She loves the band. She danced to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do, but maybe the first thing they do is go to iTunes.
Yeah.
And
I want to walk into JB Hi-Fi and see the CD sitting there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be a big moment in my life, sure. Hopefully it happens.
Let's do it, mate. You only live once, champion.
This is so true. This is true.
That's it. And inspire your son, am I right?
Oh, look, you know, I guess I probably have been influential on him. I mean, my kids have grown up around loud music and bands, you know.
Poor kids.
Poor kids. Oh, it hasn't hurt anyone yet, you know, but yeah, but certainly, you know, Cameron just loves the lifestyle. He's you know, he's about to turn 20 and, you know, that's what he would love to do with his life, you know.
No face tats or anything like Nico over here?
He hasn't got them on his face, but he's covered elsewhere.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, he's got
rock and rollers, mate.
Well.
Have you got any?
I don't actually.
Me either. Yeah, put it there, champ. Clean skins, taking it back.
Yeah, no, I've been a bit slow off the starting blocks there. So
hey, Cal, you know what I didn't say? We had help me out. Johnny Canis, Radio Birdman and the Hitman.
Yeah.
He was here the other week. What I didn't tell him was this funny story about the only tattoo I almost got was from Rave magazine from Brisbane. Remember that magazine?
Yep.
I've still got it at home in a scrapbook. The only tattoo I nearly got was this clown face, and it was and the clown was like a distorted rah, and there was fire coming out its ears and that sort of stuff. Well, guess who is on that poster? Is Screaming Tribesmen and the Hitmen.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe it wasn't Screaming Tribesmen, but definitely the Hitmen are on this. And the lady he was touring with at the time. Niagara. Oh, something like that. Anyway.
Wow.
Mate, it's just funny.
That's cool.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
Why am I talking about this crap?
That's your show, mate. We'll talk about anything you like. So,
and then after that, no. Come on, mate. What do you do day to day?
Day to day, I'm an area manager for Repco. I look after half the Brisbane stores.
Excellent.
So, yeah, I've got 14 store managers reporting to me, mate. I don't look like the rock and roll dude when I'm at work, no.
Oh, mate. Well, it adds more. Can you fix my car?
I can't fix your car, no.
No? I used to have
I would wreck your car.
Really?
Yeah, no.
That's it.
No, mine's more the business side of things, I guess, you know.
Right.
So, no, I don't get too bogged down in parts and what they do or anything like that. I used to be involved in that kind of thing a long time ago, but, the last sort of 10 years of my life has been right into business management and things like that. So,
cool.
Yeah. Pardon me.
Right. Yes. How do people pay you in original bands generally? I know what it's like in cover bands lately, and I know what it's like 15 years ago and all the original band years I did.
Yeah.
What's it like today? How do they do it? Is it
tough? It's I mean, you're talking about gigs. Getting paid for gigs.
Door deals or
it is door deals. Some of the bigger shows that we've done, they'll do a pre-sale type thing as well. You get tickets and sell tickets, and you'll normally get maybe half to 3/4 of that amount as part of your money, part of your pay. That's generally how it's done now. Right. So yeah. I mean, you do have nights where you can do okay. But there's a lot of bands out there that are getting paid nothing, and there's even venues around where you do have to pay to play. Right. Probably more so down south, but they're out there, and it's pretty tough. Especially in a metal band. We're probably not having a lot of the dramas that a lot of the real extreme bands are having. I guess just because they're so extreme. I guess, but and now we. I don't really know what I put it down to, but for Dirty Brew, I mean, since the start of last year, we have established quite a decent-sized following quite quickly, and which is what initially put us on the radio. Was just because our Facebook page went a bit crazy, and and I think from that we've gained notice from a few more promoters that probably wouldn't normally look at a band like us. We're playing in venues that don't normally have metal bands and stuff like that. But something else that we've done too is we've actually, with the place where we have recorded, there's 5 bands that I know of anyway in that studio that can all pull a pretty decent crowd. So we started doing some shows where we'd go away for weekends. We went to Nimbin one weekend, and we went to Murwillumbah on the same weekend with a hip-hop band, like a pub rock band, like this lighter rock band, a rock and roll band, and we were the heavy rock band. And so, there was sort of something in there for everyone, and there were people that might be there to listen to the hip-hop band that are suddenly listening to a metal band, and some might like it and some might not. But
you knew that once that band were off there, there's something different after that. That's cool. That's a good idea.
It was broadening the horizons of, I guess, the crowds that you're sort of in front of. So we've done that a few times now, and we ended up doing quite a big gig in the city at the zoo in Fortitude Valley, and there's some great footage of that on YouTube actually of us. There probably is the other bands too, but we got some really good footage of Dirty Brew from that gig, and the crowd's just going nuts. And but there was a lot of bands there a lot of the public there. I mean, that were there to see some of the other bands who just hung around for the whole night and listened to all these other bands that they wouldn't normally get to hear. Yeah. And the following just sort of grew and grew. So yeah, it's a good way of doing it. Yeah. So yeah.
Cal Miller, you brought in Ryan Murr, great bloke. I still know to this day who we did a podcast with.
Yep.
He has this really cool way. If you listen back to any of these podcasts, listen to the one with Ryan from Former Angels.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on your page there.
Yeah, man. He's just got a great business mind for bands. Yeah. And he definitely thinks out of the box. He'll say go to a venue and he'll string a tour together. He does everything for them.
Yeah.
What about this date? I'm bringing you this band, this band, this band. Wow. Sort of his own promoter. It's rare to find, am I right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Someone who's leading a band and also putting together shows and tours.
Sure.
And still, he's a painter.
Yeah, sure.
So he's just, it was inspired me.
Yeah.
Like, wow, to think in this day and age that there's, you would know, just like I know, a lot of musicians think, dude, I play guitar. That's all I need to do. The fame will come to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how wrong that is.
Yeah.
And how much, you could be saying that for another 20 years.
Exactly.
And
I'll tell you something about the Angels is they're
well, not his band's the Former Angels.
Oh, the Former Angels. Okay.
But tell me a story about the Angels. Yeah, please.
Yeah, meeting Doc Neeson a long time ago. I had my girlfriend at the time. This is before I actually got married. I'm not married anymore, but this was sort of way back then. And
there's another story.
There is another story. Too many stories. Yeah. Might not be suitable for your show. But we went in to meet Doc Neeson, and which was obviously quite exciting back then. And my girlfriend at the time, very attractive girl, and Doc he couldn't take his eyes off her. And next minute, Doc Neeson's hitting on my girlfriend. I was all excited.
What do you do?
Oh, what do you do? I had to get her the hell out of there, mate. I was going to lose my girlfriend. So yeah, we were all excited.
Yeah, but it's Doc. Turn your eye, turn your back a minute.
Yeah, so there you go.
Wow. Who can blame him?
Well, who can blame him?
Distorted rock and roller. I'll tell you a story that I've actually told on this one or two times. We supported the Angels a few times, but in particular, when I was really young. I was only 19 at the Playroom. So very first time with the
Way
Angels.
back there. Yep.
And
I played in a band there years ago.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was the Screaming Jets, Angels, and us.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
We were on first. No, Angels were last, of course, right? But this is what I did. The Muppet rhythm guitarist. You had to load in with all of them, and you only got a little bit of stage, and the curtains were actually drawn behind us. We had to play in front of the curtain. It was a weird situation, but the Playroom had such a big old stage that bang, last chord, yay! I turned to the wrong way and ducked behind the curtain, and I went into this tiny little curtain space right behind the front curtain.
Yep.
Which was Doc's area, and there's a little card table, exactly a little card table I can imagine.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, there was at least 50 to 80 little pill bottles and all sorts of little blotted little bottles of shit and a couple of oxygen tanks.
Yep.
And we did loads of gigs with them after that. Yep. And the oxygen tank, you could see him actually, breathing in these things.
Wow.
But I'm not putting shit on him on the memory of Doc Neeson at all. But half of me believes that it was all part of his like Alice Cooper, the mystery of who Doc Neeson was. Those theatrical days.
Yeah.
So he would have.
Stereo used to have.
And in those days, you had lots and lots of crew lugging in so much PA.
Sure.
So those cluey musicians back in the day would like put spells on the crew.
Yeah.
Like, who is this band?
Sure.
There was just this aura about those musicians back there because you didn't know who they were.
No.
Next minute, he had a personal roadie with all these, just loads and loads of bottles, man. They were everywhere on this little car table in a tiny little area. And I walked in, the guy just looked at me. He's like personal guy. Yeah. With this, get the out of here. Yeah. This was directly behind the curtain. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't. I saw a documentary years ago about how after Doc's crash, he got really badly in bad shape with pills. Sure. Yeah. And all the guys have told me that no, that's why he was called Doc. He was always into some sort of medication help. Sure. There you go. But anyway. Yeah. Wow. Good stuff. But he was a magic performer, man. Oh yeah, no, I saw them live many times. Actually, to this day, there was I saw when I was living in Toowoomba before I moved back to Brisbane. I saw them at the old Powerhouse in Toowoomba. I don't know whether you heard of that place, but they hands down were the loudest band I ever saw there. They were loud, real loud. Yeah. Yeah, but no, I saw him many times, and even since, when he left, he had the Doc Neeson's Angels band. Yep. I think they saw them supporting Motley Crue at the River stage, actually, and and he was still on fire then, Yeah. So, yeah. No, he always put on a good show. Put it there, champion. No worries. Yeah. So... back to Morayfield. Back to Morayfield. Have you ever lived on the Gold Coast? No, I'm actually in two minds as to whether I'm going to end up moving down here or back to South Brisbane. I was in South Brisbane, which is where the other Brew guys live, and a lot of my close friends. I've got a lot of good friends on the coast as well. The move to Morayfield was basically work related a few years ago. And just made life a lot easier for me at the time. I only planned on staying there for a year, but I've just gone into year 3. But the plan is to move at the end of this year, early next year, back to South Brisbane, or maybe somewhere sort of based in between the Gold Coast and Brisbane, like Ormo or Coomera or somewhere. Sure, yeah, thereabouts. Can I ask you, if you were to go, do you ever go to the beach? Yeah. Yeah? Which one? Do you go north side, like Sunshine Coast? Oh, I'll go to both, yeah. Yeah? Yeah, either way. Where's a good place up north? A good place up north just for a beach? Yeah, like Alexandra Headland. Okay. Kings Beach at Caloundra. Yeah. Great. You only this weekend, eh? No, but it's been so long, mate. Yeah. Remember doing gigs at Fridays? Oh, God, and there was one at Alex too. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, probably the surf club, but there's the Soul Bar there as well now. But there's actually I'm going to go blank on the name now, but they've opened up a place at Mooloolaba now that are taking hard rock and metal bands, because it's really hard to get a gig there as a metal band. And finally there's somewhere that we might be able to play there, so yeah. Awesome. Very, very difficult place to play as a metal band, yeah. But I've played all over the Sunshine Coast in a covers band as well, so yeah. K-San, bit of K-San? Bit of K-San, mate, all the classics, all the usuals that everyone's done to death. I know. But, it's still good fun though. Oh yeah. As long as you're out there playing. Exactly. Who cares? Exactly. So, yeah. Yeah, it took me a while to work that out. Well, mate, I appreciate you coming down.